In his new office, Bill Durrett has a view of the horizon, a good place for a visionary and lifelong pilot. Bill Durrett grew up near the OCU campus, attending local public schools.
One of the things that I remember early on was going to the Oklahoma City All-College basketball tournament, and OCU always had a predominant role in that. That was before leagues and classes as they are today.
In high school, he jumped on the opportunity to learn to fly.
For my cross country, I flew from Wheatland to where Nichols Hills is, the Wally Post airport that was there. And now they just recently have made it in, the grocery store's going in right there where it was. Chickasha and Ada and back here. Yeah, that was a real cross-country flight, first time you had to do by yourself.
Soon to be a young newlywed, a decision to join a college friend and fellow serviceman in business would set the course for his life.
Came back from the service. They offered me an opportunity to stay. Barbara was pregnant, and we had no job, but we felt like we did not want to stay in the service and that we would do better going home, so we did. And then it just happened that C.B. Cameron and I both got out of the service the same day, and he wanted me to come by and see his dad. We were fraternity brothers, and I said, no, I'm not interested in the insurance business, and that was 61 years ago. His dad was a good salesman. I was going to go to work, I had an opportunity to go to work for IBM, but I never looked back on that decision.
It was the beginning of his 6-decade career at American Fidelity. He started at the bottom.
Started as a service representative, is what we called them at that time, and went from there to supervisor to manager up to where I was director of sales for the company before I became CEO.
As a salesman, he navigated the company into the national associations and education markets. Now at the helm, he is the chief strategist for company growth, but still a salesman at heart.
We've been very, very fortunate as a company, and since I've been here, we've never had a down year. We've always had, one year's been, we've had some years better than others, but we've always been in the positive and never in the negative. And there are not many companies, and you don't always control that. The market helps you control that. But we know that if you're going to be successful, you can't stand still. You've got to continue to produce business and revenue, and we've done very well at that.
A leader in a major Oklahoma company, he also became a leader in the community, having been one of the originators of the city's MAPS plans.
Well, we knew that we needed to do something for the Oklahoma City to get people interested in it and to make it grow. And that's when we came up with, we didn't call it MAPS at that time, but Ed Martin and Frank McPherson and I, and then we kind of came, and Ray Ackerman. Ray always had good visions, and he's the one that had the vision for the river. But then we needed somebody to really be the leader, and that's when Ron Norick really we convinced Ron that this would be a good direction, and he took it and ran with it.
At American Fidelity, Bill Durrett wants to live the principles he believes mean success.
You got to have pride in your organization, and if you don't have pride in your organization, the organization is not going to move as to what it should. And then confidence in leadership. So if you've got pride in the organization, confidence in the leadership, and you're willing to contribute at a high level, that company's going to be successful, and so are you. And that's what's important. And the best way to motivate them is to set the right example, and I still find that true. So if you got a good work ethic generally they're going to have a good work. It's usually not going to be any more than what yours is, and so that was, I think, probably one of the keys, is trying to set the right example for people.
Incomparable in time and service, our Oklahoma Commerce and Industry Hall of Honor Chairman's Award recipient is Bill Durrett.